something? Ain't that something? It's the mommy of Miami Dolphins, Miami Dolphins, Miami Dolphins. Find yourself next to someone else, and we all thought you loved yourself, but that couldn't have been the issue.
We are 20 minutes south of downtown Buffalo. It is Highmark Stadium here in Orchard Park, New York. Coming up, two teams ready to square off. It's the Miami Dolphins and the Buffalo Bills. With my partner, Greg Olson, I'm Mike Tirico. We are just about set to kick it off. And off we go in Western New York. From the 35, it's 1st and 10. On the ground, this is James Cook. Running room hard to come by as he'll get ahead for a yard. Is Zach Sealer in on the tackle.
So everything this defense talks about, Mike, is creating negative plays. It's one of the best run defenses in football. Everything is about suffocating you at the line of scrimmage, make you work for everything you get.
And he's going to take this past the 45. That's good enough for a first down.
It just seems like every time this guy touches the ball, he makes something happen, and not all of his runs are always going to be positive. He's kind of one of those guys that's going to get a 0, a 1, a 2, but it's the home run threat. It's the big plays that really tip the scales in your favor, and when you can generate those big explosive plays on the ground, man, it makes such a big difference for the offense. This just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You gotta have guys coming in support when that first hit is made. It takes a team effort to stop him, especially once he gets going.
He'll find Shakir open right side. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
The Bills, first down.
So they come to the line for first down and 10. Allen gonna give it to Cook. Finding room to the 20. And they'll finally run him down, but he takes it inside the 10-yard line. This has been a solid opening drive, knocking on the door, first and goal. Here's Cook. This time the sledding becomes a little more difficult. They're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage.
A loss was definitely not something they had accounted or budgeted for in this spot, and now I think it really limits what do you feel comfortable dialing up here on 2nd and goal.
Throwing on 2nd down. It's Allen. And he's forced to just get rid of it here. Now they're going to have to regroup and try again on 3rd and goal.
They just have to be more creative with their route concepts, Mike. I mean, there's nobody open, nowhere to go with the ball, and quarterback's just forced to throw that one away.
Allen going to throw here on 3rd and goal. He's got it at the 3.
I think you got to go for it here, Mike. They've had this impressive opening drive where they've marched their way all the way down into the red zone, and the last thing you want to do here is settle for 3. This is the chance. Set the tone for the rest of the game, and let's see what they dial up here on 4th down.
Want to finish this opening drive with 6, so the decision is go for it on 4th and goal. That is incomplete for defense. Coming up big in the red zone. It's a turnover on down.
These are the situations where as an offense you're trying to dial up your best play call to make sure this possession doesn't get wasted, but let's give credit to the defense. Big moment, big 4th down opportunity, and they're able to get off the field.
Not much there, maybe a yard. Second down and 8. He'll get that complete right side. It's Bellinger. And he'll be stopped short of the first down. He's able to look it in and get forward for a pickup of about 8. Here's third down and a few inches. They'll try to sneak it here. And it looks like he's got enough for the first down. Let's wait for the mark. Yes, that run, that's enough to move the chains.
When done correctly, Mike, this is just such a high percentage call. It's kind of hard to choose another play off your call sheet. It's impossible to defend. You can know it's coming, stack the box, whatever you want to do. But most of the time, they'll just drive forward and pick up the first down.
Well run with H.M. Not much happening there, just a short gain.
2 yards on the pickup. It's second and 8 at the 14-yard line.
Second down, 8 yards to go. He'll look to throw. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And he's going to have this one up near the 28.
That's good.
14 on the pickup. First down, Miami.
And this is what you can do when you have one of the best receivers in the game. You understand that even if the coverage is not perfect for the play call, sometimes it's just as simple as my guy is better than your guy, and we're going to just keep giving him a chance.
And he's out of bounds up beyond the 40-yard line. Give him 15 more on that one. They are on the move. It's a first down.
A gain of 15. And the Dolphin first down.
A run, and it's H.M. And this time they are ready for it. Thrown for a loss, and it's second down.
Looked like that might have been an RPO, a run-pass option. The quarterback has the ability to put the ball in the belly of the running back or pull it on the pass. Looked like you might have been better off pulling that one because he handed it off, and there was nowhere for that running back to go.
Lost one on the last play, so now it's second and 11. That's complete. It is the rookie from Washington. And he's going to be out of bounds down near the 25. A big-time play for the Dolphins. 33 yards. Slot man in motion right. So, not much to speak of in terms of scoring in that first quarter of play. 0-0 is the score. And EA Sports NFL Sunday returns after this. Set to go now on first and 10. They'll run this one straight ahead with H.M. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
The key to great defensive line play is the get-off. When that ball moves, how fast can you get off the ball and get into the backfield? That's exactly what we saw here. Quick read, react, get off the block, take him down for a loss.
Now they are in business. Inside the 15-yard line. 13 yards the gain, down to the 13-yard line.
First and 10 at the 13-yard line.
Red zone now. He'll drop to throw. Quick throw, taken in. They'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
This is a great example here of just not getting too complicated as an offensive coordinator. Who's one of your best players on the field, and how do you get the ball in his hands?
Second and 5. On the carry, it's H.M. And he will score! Devon H.M. Touchdown, Dolphins. That touchdown gives him 18 on the season. Now we'll get a stoppage here for an injured Bill. Athletic training staff looking at him, so we'll step aside. 7-0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air.
The Bills take over first and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
personal line. No gain on that.
Well, this play, Mike, was clearly about the job of this defensive line. Great job holding their ground, forcing these blockers to be stood up. Nowhere to go for this running back, and they hold him to no gain.
They'll go play action here with Allen. Hit as he throws, and it is incomplete. Just couldn't deliver that one the way he wanted to. Not really sure if there was much there anyways. We do know it'll be third down. From the gun, here is Allen. And he looks to be a bit short of the line. And that is going to bring up fourth down.
The defender has to do a better job here, Mike, of getting depth. He wants to elevate that ball to give his secondary defender a chance to make a play. He gets too much width, not enough depth, and a quarterback like this is going to take advantage.
Open man is Palmer. It's complete. And he's going to have the Bills' first down. On a well-designed play to get 16 to keep the drive going.
And it's his first catch of the game, and it ends up being a good one. All week long, we talked about how this dominant secondary wanted to take away their best targets. And if he continues to make plays like that, their top 10 ranking could take a hit by the end of this one.
And not much there. Good defense. Held to no gain.
Coming off that edge, Mike, you have to quickly determine, is this a pass or is it a run? And once he realized it was a run, he's able to shed his blocker, make the play, no gain.
And they'll move this ball way down into the red zone, inside the 20-yard line. Now we'll get a stoppage here for an injured Bill. So as they look at the injured player, we'll take a timeout. Here's the first carry from the man from Kentucky, Ray Davis. And he is stopped in his tracks. Loss of a couple on the play.
This play here, Mike, is just all about the get-off of the defensive line. Watch how fast they go when that ball is snapped. Nowhere for this running back except to go down for a loss.
He connects with Palmer on that one. And he's in! Joshua Palmer. Touchdown, Bills. Tyler Bassett for the extra point. The kick is good. And the Bills will level things out at 7 apiece.
Tyler Bass to kick off for Buffalo.
So back to level after the touchdown. Time for the kickoff. Brown now to return it. He'll come across the 20 and taken down at the 21-yard line. Ground to start the drive. It's Achane. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on first down, but that's exactly the case here.
To play. First half, all tied at 7. Greg and I back in Buffalo after this. Now they'll set up to throw. To the left side, in the hands of Hill.
So he makes his first catch of the day, and even though it doesn't look like much, Mike, sometimes those are the touches that you can build off of. You know, it's like in basketball, what they say, sometimes you just need to see the ball go through the hoop.
On third down, they'll set up to throw. This is intercepted. And he is going to bring 6 for touchdown. Well, it does try a very short throw, and instead, the defense takes it back the other way, and they come up with a big play, scoring the touchdown.
Mike, for how fast he jumped that route, it almost seems like he was in the huddle and ran the route for the quarterback. I mean, he was there before the receiver, and as you said, there was nothing left to do but take it all the way back the other way.
Showing off the big leg. Didn't want to defend a return, so this ball going to be spotted at the 35-yard line. Right back to the air following that pick six. Finding room at midfield. He's going to be out of bounds inside the 40-yard line. That one good for 29.
This is such a critical moment in the game, that middle 4 minutes, the final 2 minutes of the first half, and then the possession to come out of the halftime break. So maximizing this possession here before halftime is critical. See if you can get a drive starter. See if you can get an easy completion to kickstart a 2-minute mode. And that's what they got here. Now they got to see if they can go down and steal some points.
That's his third catch of this first half, and good enough for a first down.
Rookie to rookie right there, Mike. And I'll tell you what, they've got some really good young pieces on this roster.
And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's it.
So there's multiple factors, Mike, that make blitzes successful. So, of course, there's the initial design. Can you attack the vulnerabilities of the offense's blocking scheme? And then in this case, the next phase is the timing. You can see this linebacker knew exactly when that ball was going to be snapped. The offensive line had no chance to identify and pick him up, and he's able to bring him down for a loss.
I had a defender draped all over him. Incomplete. Good work to body him up and set up a third down.
All right, so the ball falls incomplete, but I think what it does now, Mike, is it allows you to stop the clock, get in the huddle, take a deep breath, and now your play caller has to give you the best play. Go get points here before the half and try to build something going into halftime.
That catch number 40 on the season for him.
And this is what can happen when you're so worried about protecting the sticks, Mike. You force them to throw the ball underneath, but then you've got to be able to rally the ball and tackle. But they weren't able to do it before he gets the line to gain, and he ends up picking up the first down anyway.
That one out wide to A-Tech. That'll be forced out of bounds just a couple yards short of a first down. That's a pickup of 8.
Great example of first down efficiency. You don't always have to go for the big play, but put yourself in a friendly second down. Now you have equal opportunity to both run and pass.
On second down, A-Tech. Powering forward. He's in. Devon A-Tech. Touchdown, Miami. 2 more touchdowns for him here. Now 19 for the year. York, good on the extra point. And the Dolphins will tie things up. We are all even at 14. So, a new ball game. We are all tied. Final moments of this first half as the kick's away. This one is going to sail through the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
On first down, Allen looking downfield for Coleman. Well, cover of the sideline, and it's intercepted. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play here in this first half. So we reach the intermission in what has been an entertaining one to this point. Back with the second half in just a moment.
Tyler Bass to kick off.
Both teams look good on the offensive side in the first half. Will it carry over? We're about to find out. Second half is underway. And that one is through the back of the end zone. It is a touchback.
Ready
They'll start on the ground. It's Achane. And he gets this up close to the 40. That's Gregory Rousseau in on the stop.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
Here's a 2nd and 6. Once again, it's Achane. And he'll be brought down, but what a run. Down to the 40. 20-yard pickup there. Good for a Dolphins first down.
Big hole up the middle. The interior of this offensive line did a great job clearing some space. The back saw it quick, and he hit it. Next thing you know, he was in the secondary for a big pickup.
They'll stay on the ground with Achane. This time they're ready for it. Room to run the last snap. Not this one. They stop him for no gain.
These edge rushers, they are judged by their sack totals, Mike. They love to rush the passer. But they have responsibilities in the run game as well. Great job here, keeping it to no gain.
Now this time they'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete, but a flag down in the backfield. That's the area we usually see holding. They'll throw out of the gun. This throw right side is caught by Hill. That will make 3rd down a little more manageable. Good yardage gained on that one.
Just a really good play design that time, Mike, from the offensive coordinator. They match up one of the most explosive playmakers in the NFL with a hook curl defender, and he's just not able to match up with one of the best route runners in the league.
And they'll move this ball way down into the red zone, inside the 20-yard line. A gain of 24 through the air. First down, Miami.
First down, Dolphins.
A run up the middle with Achane. And he'll get nothing here. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all.
So often when it comes to safeties, Mike, we talk about their speed and their range. But for him to be able to come up and make a tackle and be physical at the point of attack and keep this ball carrier to no gain, that's pretty impressive.
On the bootleg, he'll look to throw. A throw on the move is caught. And he is out of bounds. That's a couple of yards short of the marker. And it'll bring up 3rd down.
I really like the balance that they've showed so far on this drive, Mike. And what that does is it makes the defense have to defend the entire field. The run game and the pass game, everything looks the same. There's no tells. So they can't afford to just dial up certain schemes to take away a run or a pass. They've got to defend the entire playbook, and so far they've done a great job on this drive doing just that. Well, this sets up a big call here, Mike, on 4th down. You find yourself in a tie ball game with the ball. Do you decide to keep your offense on the field and try to play for 6? Or are you content coming off the field, taking the lead by 3? See what this coach decides. The key to any good quarterback sneak starts with the surge and the push of the offensive line. From there, can the quarterback find a seam? Can he find a little gap and drive his legs? In this case, give credit to the defensive line. They held their ground, they got a good push back, and they were able to come up with a huge stop on 4th down.
Now we'll get a stoppage here for an injured Bill. And as the medical staff looks him over, we'll step aside. It is 2nd and 9. From the gun, throw here for Allen. They go sideline, and he stays in bounds. Got the feet down in time. It's a 1st down.
And the Bills, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 28-yard line.
319! Alert! Monday!
Play action. Here's Allen. That one down the field. field, but they cannot connect, and it's incomplete. Joshua Palmer was the intended receiver, and that will lead to a second down.
Initially, a nice job by the receiver. He actually was open downfield. He was able to get behind the defense, but the window closed up so quickly they couldn't get the ball to him. Prevents the big play.
He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a first down.
And while it ultimately worked out for him this time, Mike, this is not a throw he wants to make a habit of, because that was risky. When he threw it, I thought that ball was being picked. I think he got away with one here, results in a big pickup, and get a fresh set of downs.
Off the play fake, here's Allen. That one's complete. It's Ray Davis. And he'll get about 8 on that one, most of it coming after the catch. It's second down. Allen will give this to Davis. And I don't think he got that wrapped up at the line of scrimmage, and now you're looking at third down.
No gain on the play. Brings up 3rd and 1.
From the gun, Josh Allen. He's got his man. That's Coleman. And it looks like he's going to have enough. Indeed, the referee does signal. It is a first down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Operating out of the gun, here comes Allen. Looking down the field there, but it falls incomplete.
It's been a bit of a pedestrian game for this quarterback and ultimately his passing game here today, Mike. And I know they all would have loved to connect on that deep throw. I think that stat sheet would have looked a whole lot different, but just a little off in their execution and leads to an incompletion.
2nd and 10. On play action, Allen. This one complete to Palmer. And they'll take this down inside the 35. Second time they've connected on the drive, and this one goes for 17 yards.
Anytime you're facing a zone defense, you're working from your first progression all the way through. But when guys are open in this level, Mike, they don't stay open very long. So what they taught us as receivers, if you're open, stay open. And if you're not open, you better get open quick, because that ball is coming out.
So we are through 3. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. The break, the huddle, coming up now for 1st and 10. Fourth quarter begins on the ground. And he's able to push through the tacklers to pick up 6.
I think every running back's dream is that he's going to run through a wide open hole and have breakaway touchdowns, but that's not necessarily the case very often in the NFL. So the backs that are the best are the ones that can get more yardage than maybe what's blocked for. And I think this is a nice physical game here that they can continue to build off of as the game unfolds.
He'll go again with Davis. And he's got it. First down. A pickup of 4.
And the offensive line does a really nice job winning this play at the point of attack. And once he got the ball, all he had to really do was just find a crease and hit it. He's able to pick up the first down.
Here's Allen now on 1st and 10. That is caught. And he's very close to a touchdown. They mark him just shy of the goal line. That is a gain of 20. What a chance now. 1st and goal coming up.
You never know which play is going to be the one that sways the game in your favor, and that could be it right there. I mean, to set up 1st and goal with that last pass completion, now they can really take their time. There is an element of working some of this clock down, you know you at least have a field goal try, if not a touchdown.
And he barrels his way into the end zone. Jackson Hall. Touchdown, Buffalo. Every touchdown counts the same, but the ones you get in the fourth quarter, they are the ones that feel a little more important.
Yeah, now that pressure shifts to your defense, your offense was able to go out and get the lead here late. Does your defense have enough left in them to get one more stop?
Passes kick is good. And the Bills have broken the deadlock as they move out to a 21-14 lead. So the lead is 7 now. Here in this fourth quarter, the tie has been broken. Let's see what happens on this kickoff. Showing off the big leg. Didn't want to defend a return, so this ball going to be spotted at the 35-yard line. Right away, they'll set up to throw. A short one there to Bellinger. That keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. From the 42-yard line, here's second down and 3. Hill brought in motion. Little quick pass to the receiver heading right. He's across midfield. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35. A gain there of 23 yards. Good for a Dolphins first down.
It's a gain of 23 yards. First down, Miami.
He'll drop to throw. He'll get that complete right side. It's Bellinger. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up second and 3 at the 28-yard line.
Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's second and 3. They'll look to throw again. Oh, trying to set up the screen, but that is going to fall incomplete.
It's rare to see an offense that finds themselves trailing and say, well, their quarterback's been actually one of their biggest bright spots. Usually that doesn't go hand in hand, so it's a little surprising to see him miss a throw like that on a day where he's completed passes at a highly efficient rate.
Big play coming up. This is third down. That is brought in at the 10. And he will easily pick up the first down. They've got first and goal coming up.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
H.A. trying to find a crease in that mass of humanity, but he is going to come up short.
Down here this close, all it takes is one defensive lineman defeating his block and getting some penetration, and that's exactly what we saw here. Not only to stop the ball carrier short of the end zone, but to take him down for a loss.
So 2 minutes left to play in the second half. We'll come back and finish this one off after this. Here we go. The noise is deafening. It's fourth and goal.
60 Eagles! 60 Eagles!
They'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete. They had their chance. They took it there. Look, they're trailing late. Gotta let it fly. This will wind up a turnover on down. from his own end zone. He'll be hit as he throws, and that one will wind up incomplete. Could not step into the throw that time. It'll bring up second down.
Quarterback's lucky on that one, Mike, that ball ended up just harmlessly falling to the ground. It was that initial pressure that got to him that forced the errant throw, and fortunately for this offense, that ball didn't end up going the other way.
Throwing again from his own end zone. He's into space, past the 15. And he is taken down, but not before they're able to get it out of danger, up past the 25. A gain there of 27 yards.
That's good for a Bills.
It's a three tight end look as they have it first and 10.
At the 27-yard line.
Now Davis. This time the sledding becomes a little more difficult. They're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage.
No gain on
Now the Dolphins going to use the first of their timeouts. And they'll get together prior to this second down play. From the gun, it's Allen. Out to his right. Trying to get away, but he will not. They finally run him down. Now Miami going to use the second of their timeouts. The stoppage comes with just over a minute to play in this one. Work to do following the sack. It is third and long. From the shotgun, it's Allen. That one on target to Davis. He's got it. And a big strike for good yardage there all the way up to midfield. Here's first and 10.
First and 10 at the 50-yard line.
Only one timeout remaining for the defense as they take a knee. So it's a win here for the Bills. And it is their third consecutive victory. They continue to play great football here in this latest stretch.